Hello, good evening. How are you? Hope you're all well. How's everyone doing today? It's Simidad back here again on our ETS2 truck series. I hope everyone is well, having a great week so far. Just getting everything set up here. I'm just trying to get the overlay sorted. Yeah, I hope you've all had a great week so far. What have you been up to? I am having an okay week so far. I can't complain. Evening, bud. Sammy lurking at present, doing stuff around the house, but we'll be listening. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Okay, is that gonna play ball now? Let me just do a quick test. Like I said, I'm just trying to sort out my alerts a second because they haven't been working. But then I noticed at the end of the last, just as I was signing off last time. There we are. Awesome. Yeah, as I was signing off last time, the someone subscribed as I was on the sort of ending now screen, and I noticed that it came up. So I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm going to change the link to that link." And then, obviously, in all the commotion with getting everything set up and ready, it was a tricky one. So, evening, Storm. How the heck are you? I hope you're well. We are going from Östersund, which is where we finished up last time, to I think in Mold in Northern Ireland, Norway, Mold. So 10 grand job or thereabouts. So let's crack on. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. I am really sorry about last night. I was highly ambitious, wanted to get the wheels set up. Because I was trying to film stuff for it, of like the unboxing and building it and everything, I couldn't just whack it on the sim rig, on the desk as soon as I got it. Because I had to film that stuff first, and I didn't want to be disingenuous and set it up. And take it back down and put it all back in the box and pretend like that was the first time that I was taking it. So I did all that, and then I was working a late shift yesterday, and then by the time I'd sort of put the kids to bed and we'd had tea and all of that stuff, I loaded the game up and nothing was working as I was expecting it to. But I think that's more of a me problem because I still have the Logitech one plugged in. Because the shifter that I've got is Logitech, so I think there was a conflict. So I managed to have a play around with it. Sort of semi-gave up last night because I was a bit miffed that I'd had to postpone the stream because it's something I hate doing. But I sorted it all out this morning. It was a bit of a nightmare. Like I said, I don't know if at this point if it's the wheel that's the issue, or whether it's because I'm trying to run it in conjunction with a Logitech wheel and shifter, and that's the problem. But I'll do some more testing when I haven't got a stream on the line. But yes, Storm, the wheel and pedals in place, they absolutely are. I am using them. This is the first time that I am using them properly, other than to check that they are in and configured in the way that I want. Kalani, what's up, brother? Hope you're well, man. Welcome in. Hope you had a good day, good week, whatever you've been up to. But yeah, wheel and pedals firmly in place. Just getting used to all of the kinks, all of the way that it gets set out and everything. And more importantly, trying to figure out where the heck I'm going to map all my buttons. There's 20 odd buttons on this thing.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Logitech doesn't like running with Logitech, so I would not be surprised if other makes cause issue. The Logitech software is lousy, to say the least. That it is, mate, that it is. The problem is I didn't want to run automatic, and my shifter that I've got is a Logitech shifter for my sins.
Exit now.
So obviously that's proprietary and has to be plugged into the Logitech base. So I was hoping that I could run the Logitech shifter, which I am doing, by the way. I am. It is working now. I've had to lose the farm sim side panel, which is no great shame. I was using it for like cruise control and stuff like that, so it's not the end of the world. Obviously this has got rotary dials on it anyway, so I've mapped one of those to the cruise control, which was the sort of primary function for the Logitech side panel at this point. I think the problem is because when the wheel is plugged in, the new wheel, it registers as on the controls page of the screen, of the settings on here, it registers as 3 controllers. So it's got the pedals, obviously, and then you've got the wheel, the actual base, the middle bit, the chunky bit, which has got the screen and everything on, and then it looks like all the buttons and everything are on a separate control to the base, the motor part. So in the control screen it registers like 3 controllers, and then obviously I run the I've got the splitter shifter gear knob and the side panel I was using. So yeah, all in all, it's been a bit of a faff to get it sorted, and that's not necessarily a reflection on the new wheel. Like I said, I need to try the new wheel without the Logitech one plugged in, but my primary focus today was getting the new wheel up and running in a way that I was happy with, that I could run it on stream tonight. So I'm doing good. How have you been? I've been pretty well, man. Yeah, technical issues aside, let's get my shifts right. But yeah, the plan is I am going to get a USB shifter anyway. So that is the eventual plan. I might order one of those next week on payday, and then that will sort out the that will mean I can unplug the Logitech shifter.
Keep right.
But yeah, this is pretty much the only bit of, well, this is the first bit of driving properly that I've done with the new wheel. Like I said, I did have a little blast up and down the road this morning when I was getting it all set up, just to check that it was all working. But other than that, it's not been used other than to calibrating the software and everything. Had to do loads of driver updates when I plugged it in. But again, no major drama there. Logitech does driver updates all the time, so yeah, I'll play around with the settings. There's quite a lot you can do in the settings on game. not on game, on the camera software with the wheel. And I want to play around with it because you can have different profiles for different games as well. So I want to see about setting up different profiles, because you can map the little screen that's on the wheel. You can have that showing different things, so it can show kilometers per hour, miles per hour, and the gear that you're in. And then you can also customize the LED indicators of when it changes color and stuff. So my plan is I'm pretty much going to try and get it to replicate a truck RPM gauge for the perfect shift zone, like you see on the dials there. But slow down a bit. But yeah, so far first impressions are pretty good. It seems way less intrusive than the Logitech one. It's much quieter than the Logitech one, surprisingly. The fan that I was quite worried about seems very quiet. It is working because I can feel the air coming through it. But I am going to just pause one real quick sec because I need to just take my jumper off because I'm all of a sudden boiling. I am back. Yeah, so I was freezing before coming in here, and then I put my jumper on, and as soon as I've sat down, made a cup of coffee, and now I'm absolutely boiling. It's 5 Newton meters, but it's supposed to feel more like 8 direct drive. Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's 5 Newton meters constant torque, and then peak is just over 7 from the bump. I think I've got it. It's pretty much default out of the box at the moment. I haven't changed too much in the way of settings, other than the default was that this screen was set to kilometers per hour. I've got the I've got the game set to miles per hour right now on this game at least. I need to set it to, I need to do the conversion, what 320 miles is in kilometers, and then I can change it to kilometers per hour, and then I can change the dial. But you can have that set in the software. You can have a profile per game, so you can sort of do that per game. I forgot to say as well, we are hauling some tractors. The pedals are much improved over the ones I've been using for the last few months, the Logitech heavy equipment bundle ones. There's next to no give in those, whereas these have got a little bit more tension on the spring, so you can actually feel like you've got a bit of modulation ability. Whereas with those ones it was pretty much full on or full off. That was it. No matter how much you pressed or didn't press the pedal, it was pretty much all the way on or all the way off. So
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
One of the things now that I'm using it is the flappy paddles are very small. They don't feel too bad, and they are sort of easily reached. I would have preferred them to be bigger. And I have read some reports today, because they are plastic. I have read some comments today on like forums and stuff of people saying that they broke quite quickly. They like snapped them off after a month or two. So I'll be interested to see the durability. Just because obviously having them snap after, having them snap off after like a month or two is not ideal if you've just bought the wheel. I mean, the forum posts were quite old. They were sort of from midway through the year last year. So I'm hoping there was talk on there. Some Camus representatives on there said that they'd sort of reinforce the pedals, so we'll see. Like I said, this is mine to keep. I did ask for a demo unit and they were kind enough to say that I didn't have to send it back once I was done with it, so there will be long-term durability comments and videos down the line, I would imagine. It's all good. It's headlight usage. It's good to hear you've got your setup all situated. Yeah, it looks a bit of like a spaghetti junction right now because I haven't sorted all the cables out and stuff. Because I'm far from done with the Logitech one. I'd like to do some sort of comparison testing and that kind of stuff. So I will, in time, get all my cables set up again. But it's always been a little bit of a bugbear of mine is trying to figure out how to route the cables on my desk. Because I haven't got like a rig or anything like that to mount it to. I've always just had a clump of cables running across the desk to the wheel and stuff. I reckon they'll change that for their next manufacturing run and add metal paddles. I believe there are aftermarket paddles you can buy and fit. That'll be worth looking into, actually. I will definitely look into that, because that might make a good video down the line. But I'm hoping we can get enough on the run tonight that we can buy a truck. I do have a truck in mind as our first truck. That's one thing you can always rely on, actually, Rusty. The sim community will come good with the add-ons and upgrades to any wheel set. You know, like the whoa, slow down. Like the amount of add-ons and upgrades that you could add to the Logitech stuff, like aftermarket parts.
At the roundabout,
Dedicated sim rig is the dream, but money and space is the problem. Yeah, fully agree with you, man. I've had this idea in my brain for a little bit now. I have started working on it slightly, more so buying the electronic components of building like a full dashboard with a little screen and everything proper, with all the buttons that all work in the game. And my my plan had been to buy one of those you know, those profile extruded aluminium rigs, the proper ones that are all modular and you can add and take stuff off. So my plan had sort of been to make a custom one of those, or buy one and add bits onto it to be able to hold the dash as well. But it's not cheap. It's very expensive to buy those profile aluminium rigs. And then the actual buying of the buttons and pieces, I got them from a factory in China, and they're all like laser etched with LEDs and everything. And then the screens, you can buy these little 5-inch screens on sort of eBay and AliExpress and places like that you just link to your computer, and then you can use something like SimHub Dash to set that up as like an infotainment system. So you can have like all the stuff on the middle screen, you could have the dials and everything like that. So that is the dream. But I got 4 kids, and that's not cheap. So it's a case of, yeah, when there's money there and it's not needed for something else, I will do that. Plus on that as well, I still would like to get a Moser set up for the truck sim wheel, but again, as we were discussing the other day, that's really not cheap either. I think I sort of priced it all up with everything that I wanted. So the R5 bundle with the Moser truck wheel, the Moser truck mount, and Orkanga discovered. The performance kit and all that stuff. It was coming up at like close to £900. Probably, I think that's probably about 1,000 euros. Have no fear, Lin Yuan is here. Oh, that's an early one for you, Lin. You get off early today? I mean, not early, but it's earlier than I was expecting. Oh, for sure, with cheap 3D printing available now, it's not difficult to locate stuff. No, and you say that, and I do actually have in the garage, I do have a 3D printer in the garage. So that is one possibility, is to dig that out and set that up and see what 3D print files are out there for this. Hi Linuan, hello Storm. Since here Linuan, actually, Scruffy reckoned that you didn't discover the place for the convoy on ETS on Sunday, Bodo. Is that, can you confirm or deny? No, but I'm close. Alright, awesome. I mean, you've got till Sunday to make your way back up there, so I could drive over there in like 5 minutes. Sweet. Yeah, those are on the chat. If you are planning on joining the ETS2 convoy on Sunday night, we will be heading out from Bodo, I think it's pronounced, in Norway. I drove from Oslo to Bodo today, so I'm ready. Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, we're kicking off about the same time, about 8:30ish on Sunday. So, what 3D printer do you have? I have one as well. The one I have is the brand I think is XYZ, I think it's called. I think it's a XYZ Junior something or other. I bought it a long time ago from a local auction house that sold like customer returns and stuff. Got it for an absolute steal, well under selling price, and it's done me well ever since. Use it often, Kalani? Do you 3D print stuff quite regularly, or is it just for fun? Got a bit of trouble up here, lads. Bit of a collision. I stopped for a while, but it was mainly for fun and to make things to help me, like for example a drill wall mount and a battery wall mount for my drills. Nice.
Turn right.
That's what they were made for. I've got a friend, the reason I got one is got a good friend of mine.
Turn right.
He got one when we were working together, and he basically kitted out his whole garage or shed with 3D printed tool mounts, so everything was like really well organized and mounted. And I was like, do you know what, I'm a guy that's got a big garage full of tools, I'm gonna get me some of that action. And then didn't actually use it for any of that, and just 3D printed some silly things. Are we in? I think we're okay. I did 3D print a my stepdad was going on to he's like a climber. He likes to go climbing and stuff like that, so I did he was going on a trip to France to go climbing with some people. So I did 3D print them all survival whistles. That was pretty good. They were pretty loud, to be fair, as well. Right, Let's go. We're looking like on sleep. All good. I never really got to print more because I needed the table it was on for my PC, so I just took it apart to fit in my closet shelf until I got another table for it. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I can't say fairer than that. PC is an admirable use of a table.
Take the second exit. Exit now.
If I had a 3D printer, I would spend all my time more custom. That's the core wire then. If I had a 3D printer, I would spend all my time making D&D minis. But it did cross my mind to make Warhammer minis. But the printer I've got is very, very limited in what kind of material that it could, what kind of filament that it can take, and the filament that it can take upon research doesn't really bode well for miniatures and stuff like that. So if it could take more of some of the different types of filament, then I would definitely have printed some Warhammer figures.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Did it only take PLA? Yeah, I think it's that one. I think it could take PLA or something called tough PLA, which pretty much wasn't that tough. But yeah, that's pretty much all it would take is PLA.
Turn left.
There's my friends, his will do like all of the types of like ABS and all the different types of polymers. Are we going in here? I think so.
It's all over now.
Where are we parking up? All my Warhammer stuff is in the loft somewhere. I haven't looked even looked at it in about 17 years. Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at the stuff I've got for a while, to be fair. Okie doke, that's interesting. Nothing like a bit of a hard park job to get us started, eh? As we all know, I'm not great at parking. And the other thing, the downside to my printer, which I don't particularly like, but I do think they have since remedied that, is that they put like an RFID chip in the filament so that you're locked into their filament. Why is this happening? I'm just having a slight issue with the wheel, and then it keeps recalibrating itself. So let me just try a different USB port a sec. Right, I have returned. Let's have a look. I only use PLA and PLA Plus, whatever I think it's called, which was the stronger side of PLA. Yeah, it sounds similar to the one I've got. Not 40k stuff, I was only ever into the old world stuff. If memory serves, I've got painted armies for dwarves, dark elves, and undead. Nice. Sounds like the USB or whatever keeps unplugged. Yeah, on the front of my PC, I've got like 2 or 3 USB ports, and they've been a bit dodgy for a while, so I have plugged it into the back. So we'll see if that solves the issue. Shut up. So we will need to do another readjust. There you go. Let's see what we've got. Knew it. I think this is probably one of the hardest park jobs I've had on ETS. Alrighty, I think we are gonna be in. That'll do. That will do. So yeah, that's not bad. First job out of the way, on time and everything. It's 9,000 in the bank. And a new level as well. We will do another ADR. Let's do one of those. Right, job market, quick job. That was into, where was that into? Where did we get to with that? Mold, wasn't it? MLD, where's that gone? I actually remember now that I was planning on changing this background map that I've got because I don't actually like it. But never mind. I'm sure Storm is screaming at his screen right now. It's over there, you idiot. So we went I'm sure it was Mold that we just went to, wasn't it? Let's have a look on the old logbook. Yep, Mold. Job market. Yeah, Mold is there. Bloody Pratt. Does that fit the bill? Land distances well in. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep, obviously, because we don't own the track right now, we're just borrowing these tracks. I'm just trying to keep the jobs going from where we left off to where we went to, you know, or where we went to the next job. So we're going to take some canned tuna from Mold to Mo i Rana in Norway, both in Norway. We're sort of heading back up. What I'd actually probably quite like to do is try and head back up to Svalbard, because when we buy a truck, we're going to get catapulted back there. So I'd quite like it if we, because one of the rules I'd put in was there was no fast traveling, so I'd quite like if we ended up back in Svalbard before we bought the truck. Just for, like, you know, sticking with the principles of the series, more the stream. Well, I bloody cocked that up, didn't I? Because it's bloody doubles. And how the hell are they wanting you to get out of here? Who knows, but...
Drive safe.
Let's try it out.
Finding a new route. When possible.
Oh, Lynn, it's your favourite truck, buddy. One of them there Scania V8s.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
I will accept there was a bit of a reach on this job because although it says 640 miles on the delivery, it's actually only 200 and something land miles. Most of it is on sea and not actually driven, so it's a bit of a reach, I know.
Go straight on. Turn right.
Let's go, we're on the road now.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
I'm gonna make me some grilled cheese sandwich for my lunch, for my early lunch. Awesome. I had a ham and cheese grilled cheese sandwich yesterday. We call them cheese toasties over here. It's basically the same thing. A little fun fact for you about cheese toasties. It was on the TV the other day. Approximate how they even know, I've absolutely no idea, but whatever. I didn't make the fact. Apparently, approximately 3 million cheese toasties are eaten in the UK every single day. We are a nation of cheese toasty lovers. Of craft singles, right, Kalani? Oh yeah, you know it, brother. You know the drill. I mean, sharp cheddar's better, or cheddar, mature cheddar, mild cheddar, actual proper cheese.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Right to stop then, I thought he was coming.
Exit now.
Nation of overweight with high cholesterol. 100%, man. It is actual proper cheese, just not good cheese. I thought we went over that before. Oh, bro, we've spoken about craft cheese singles more times than I care to remember.
Recomputing.
Alrighty, back on the ferry.
Make a U-turn.
I'm making no U-turn, man.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Let's have a quick look, shall we? How much cheese is in a craft single? Craft single is a processed cheese with a minimum of 51% cheese. So it's not all cheese, bro. It's 51% cheese, 49% crap. Cheese whiz is that stuff in a can, right? Yep. No. Cheese whiz comes in a jar. Easy cheese is in a can. The fact that they've got to had to call it easy cheese is disturbing. You know, how hard is cheese really, you know? Takes hardly any time at all to chop up a couple of slices of from a block of cheddar. So, so you have two choices for not real cheese on top of your not real cheese slices. A proper block of cheddar is not as cheap as the fake stuff. True enough. Sure is getting expensive to buy cheese. Just take a look at something in a sec. That chat is getting a bit cheesy. It true is, man, true. That's not the one I wanted. Trolls is still there. Streamlabs is on one tonight. See if we can pick up some speed. But if you are enjoying the stream, guys, don't forget your thumbs up. It really does help the channel out for the algorithm. And if you are watching and enjoying, do consider subscribing. It really does mean the world to me. It was my oldest lad's last day in school today for the Easter break, and my younger kids finish tomorrow.
Roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
What grade is your oldest? We don't have. I think our grading system is probably different. He's in year 9. In UK terms, he is. He is 13, nearly 14, so he'll turn 14 in about a month. Ours is until the end of next week, so they'll have 2 weeks off from then. Is it, Rusty? Yeah, 2 weeks from next Thursday. My youngest is year 10. Next one up from him is year 11 and is 16 next week. They are they sort of fairly switched on? Do they know what they want to do? They've been trying to have the conversation with my my oldest. He started his GCSEs, so they're doing this new thing in his school where they start GCSEs in year 9 instead of year 10. So I've been trying to have the conversation with him, like, you know, probably want to be thinking about after school. Do you want to go to college, to uni, or do you want to go into like a vocation and that kind of thing? And he just he's just a nuisance, man. He's like, oh, I don't know, oh, I don't know.
Exit now.
Just trying to get him thinking about what the future holds. You know, I'm not expecting him to have his whole life mapped out, but I'd like it if he could, if he had sort of half a clue of what he wanted to do. Yeah, my soon-to-be 16 wants to be a chef. I remember actually you said on another stream, we've done all the college applications and been to interviews. He has a place at a catering college, provided he hits his grades. It's fair. That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, just trying to get him in the mindset of, you know, you're not in school forever. It's good to start thinking about these things. Just don't want him to be sort of laying around the house, you know, finishes school and then he's like, oh well. So we'll see.
Keep right, and then exit right.
Is it bad though? Is it bad
Exit right.
that I want to go to bed this damn early? Nah, man, you're a grown man. You can do what you want.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
For sure, end of next year, he'll have to be sending off college sixth forms application. Most of them require you to sit interviews as well these days. Well, the choice I was given when I was in my last year or sort of it was kind of the end of year 10, I think, when they start making you think about these things at college applications. The choice I was given was you either from time. Yeah, you either go to college and then go on to uni, or you go and get a job and you start paying lodge. And in the end, I ended up speeding. Yeah, it was either go college or get a job. So in the end, I started working. I kind of thought college wasn't for me. Got a job and paying, to be honest, really good. At 16 years old back then, I was earning really good money. And then I was got talked into going to college and did a late application and got through into college. But didn't stick it out, didn't enjoy it. And then did a did 2 years of a motorsport engineering degree later on in life, but I had to drop out of that for personal reasons because my son was ill at the time. And then, yeah, most recently been going through Open Uni with get a business management degree.
Exit now.
Yeah, I don't want. I want him to have some kind of ambition, some kind of like half a clue of what he wants to do with his life. See, why is that disconnected again? Not sure if there's a dodgy wire here somewhere, but it keeps disconnecting and reconnecting, so we'll have to do some testing with that, I think. Alrighty, let's get up to Bodo.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. Not sure why that's happening, but it's because what happened the last time I was doing it, I lost all my buttons and stuff, my like indicators, and then when it's just done that, they've all come back. So I have to do some testing and digging around that, because that's not ideal if it's going to keep disconnecting.
Exit now. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
What I have done is I've taken my Apple Watch off, because it seemed like when my arm was across the wheel, I don't know whether I'm just clutching, but it seemed like when my arm or Apple Watch was touching the wheel, that was when it was, seemed like it was, oh, there's a garage there, we could buy that. Not that we've got enough. So I've taken that off in case it was causing some kind of interference. But we'll keep an eye on that issue. As I said, everything's getting reported back. There's no no stipulations to be favourable about the product. So if it's rubbish, if that does become a prevalent issue, then I will let you know. I wish I took the preparation to get myself situated after high school and take it more seriously, because I thought I could just get hired to do a job and make money, but that definitely wasn't the case. I didn't go above A levels until I found what I wanted to do. Then I did my BSc and MSc whilst I was working at my employers. Paid 50% of the fees, so I was lucky. Yeah, if you can get one of those kind of deals where they pay the fees. Oh. Don't try and reach out as you go around a roundabout. Yeah, if you can get one of those deals, then it's not so bad. It's not so bad in Wales anyway, because if you do a degree in Wales, if you're a resident in Wales, and you do a degree in Wales, then you don't end up paying the same amount as England universities. Force discovered, and a Scania dealership as well.
Take the second exit. Exit now.
Beeping me, mate.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
I do also think, I know it's completely contradicts what I was just saying about wanting my son to have kind of like a direction and do something. I don't necessarily think that having like a degree or, you know, doing well in college and stuff it's not necessarily the be all and end all. Like, I've done pretty good. Like, I've had some good jobs and got my way up the ladder in some places without having that formal qualification. So it's not always a requirement. Obviously there are jobs that you need to have that kind of stuff, like, you know, the medical field and lawyers and that kind of thing, but I still think it's possible to get a good job without necessarily having the required, like, without having like a degree or a master's. If I had a chance to go back in time, I'd definitely go to school to become a mechanic, since I love cars a lot. I would definitely love to learn how to work on one. Well, Kalani, you're only young, man. It's never too late. No, it's not, but these days a lot of the bigger firms use that as one of the things to separate applicants on paper sifts. Having said that, at present there are more jobs than people looking for work in a lot of places, so it's not such a tough market. Yeah. I mean, when I got made redundant in, alright bro, I got made redundant in 2022, and the Welsh government did like a scheme for people who were made redundant where you could retrain. So I retrained in project management. Did my Prince 2 project management, passed that, aced it, and did a load of interviews, and basically back then it was all, oh, you haven't got any experience in project management, you haven't, you know, you've done the course, great, you've ticked the box there, but we can't give it to you because you haven't got any experience in the field. And I said, well, you know, I'm just looking for that company that will give me a chance. And then, so I started applying for project support officer roles, which is a step down from what I'm qualified to do. And they wouldn't take me because I was too qualified. So the feedback I was getting on interviews was, you're a flight risk. You know, as soon as someone gives you a shot, then you'll be off. So that was the feedback there. So I started applying for roles in different companies, and yeah, it was pretty much the same story there. You're a flight risk because of your qualifications and your experience. You know, you're applying for this job, and we think that as soon as something better comes along, you'll be off. So yeah, I really struggled for 6 months to find a job, and that's how I landed in the civil service. We are closing in on delivery, 8 miles out. We may have enough to buy a truck after this run. What I'm just a bit cautious of is not being able to buy enough, like a powerful enough truck. Discover Motorana.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Alrighty, delivery is just up ahead.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Oh yeah. I think we're going to do this, who knows, but
Turn right.
let's give it a go anyway.
This is where it ends.
Nice. Drop that off. That is 282 miles covered. Yeah, like I said, although it said 600 odd on the mileage, it only takes the land distance, which is 282. So we were well in there. So continue. So that was Mo Irana. Which way was that? I had it just then. Yeah, I really need to get the other map on here because this is hard to see. Oh, there it is. Right, what have we got? Got that one back down to Trondheim. Got that one up that way. We got any going up? Nope, nothing really. They're all going back down. I did similar when I retired in 2019. I still wanted to work, so I applied for several roles in private companies doing what I'd been doing for the government. Got told it wasn't suitable. I asked for feedback as to why, and in a phone call with one of the directors, he told me I was more qualified and experienced than most of his managers, and he didn't want to risk any possible conflict. Yeah, it's a tricky one, man, because I've in the job I got made redundant from, I was there for 10 years, and it was quite a high management position, so I did a lot of recruitment. And it is a tricky one because obviously you get those people that come along and they're either retraining or they're semi-retired, or they got made redundant, or those kind of things, right? And it's hard because you want to give them a shot, but then you do always have in the back of your mind, oh man, what if they come in and it's a problem for people? What if they come in and it's this, that, and the other? And I just think actually people deserve a chance. So I've given people chances before and it's worked out fine. So I do get it from that side, but at the same time, just because you know what you're doing, just because you've got loads of experience, surely that's good for the company. I know they don't want any conflict, but it's good for the company to have that other kind of opinion. I mean, I had one job that I applied, well, there was two jobs I applied for. One I applied for, and I asked for feedback, didn't get it. I asked for feedback. The hiring manager personally phoned me and he said, look, I can't fault you in any way at all whatsoever. You were absolutely perfect for the job. We would have loved to have given you the job. You outscored internal candidates who'd been doing the job on a temporary basis for 3 years. But basically it was all on a scoring, and someone had scored like 2 points better than me. So I was a bit like, but at the same time, to score better than people who've been doing the job for 3 years, it's kind of like, well, And then the other one, he basically told me, he said, you're the absolute perfect candidate, but we've got a company policy in place that we don't hire anyone that doesn't have a finished degree. And at the time, well, I still don't. At the time, I don't have a degree. He said, you're literally the perfect candidate, but because you haven't got that bit of paper, company policy prevents me from hiring you. So yeah, it's not great out there at times. But like I said, I do think now it's there are a lot of jobs now compared to the amount of people that want to take jobs, So I think it's there's a reduction in some of those types of situations now because they're desperate to fill the roles. Ah, bloody hell. Another double trailer. I really wish that when you were in the menu picking from these borrowed trucks that you could see what type of trailer it was. Ah, see, that's bloody done it again. Hang on, let me go back to this. So temperature's fine. It's not a temperature issue. It's all there in the active devices menu. Devices. There's no updates pending. That is a weird one. I'll do some digging onto that though to see if anyone else is having the same issue. Because obviously that's not ideal.
Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Are you still running the Logitech stuff? If not, you may want to turn the Logitech software off. That might be not a bad idea. Let's quit that. Right, there we are. So I've closed the Logitech software. Let's see if that helps. What I'll probably do, I think, the next time I play, whether that's either streaming again or, well, it'll be streaming on Sunday at least if I don't record anything between now and then, which is unlikely because I want to put out sort of some shorts and things like that with the wheel because they seem to gain good traction.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I will, I think I'll unplug the Logitech stuff completely, make sure the Logitech G Hub is closed, and then I'll just have to run automatic. But in the meantime, I will also spend some time tomorrow, and I've got a chance to, on some forums and things, on some of the sim racing groups and stuff, and see if anyone else that's got the wheel has had the same issues. Because they do, it does come with a warranty, even though it's supplied as part of their sort of content creator program, and it does come with a warranty. They do honour that still. So if it still happens and I can't find anything about it, then I'll contact Camus directly and ask them and say, look, this is the problem that I'm having. I'll also try in some other games because I've got Assetto Corsa, and that's one of the games that's officially supported. So I'll load that up and see if it does it in that, to see whether it's a game or a hardware or a game issue. I do appreciate that my current setup of having two wheels running so that I can use the shifter is probably not ideal. Or, well, it's definitely not ideal, so I will, yeah, I think for the convoy I'll run automatic with just the cameras plugged in, and then we can see if the issue is still happening or whether it's a conflict between devices. Yeah, when I get paid next week, I'm probably going to order a USB shifter because that'll solve some of the issues as well. Once I've got a USB shifter, I won't need to have the Logitech plugged in at all. Welcome back, sir. They do have a UK warehouse. I'm hoping if it is like a warranty type thing where I need to send it back, then hopefully it'll be a quick turnaround. And also it does help that the parts are available separately, so if it is just a wheel thing, they might opt to send a new wheel and me have to send this one back. But we'll see. Like I said, I think because my setup's so convoluted at the minute anyway, because of having to run the Logitech wheel, I think I'll try that first, and then I'll contact them if it keeps happening. I really like the ETS live stream series. It's calming and we get to chat a lot. Yeah, man, it's awesome. I find that I do enjoy, like when I cut down to 2 streams a week. That's why I wanted to keep one of them as solo play, because as much as I enjoy the convoys, it's quite hard to sort of keep up with the chat at times as well, because like we're chatting amongst ourselves and then crazy stuff will happen. So Rusty, did you have any luck finding a UK stock of the Moser stuff? Nope, none at all. Seems like stock is sparse at the moment.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
See, he's just done it again.
Exit now.
I'm not letting you out and letting you in, mate. You made your bed, you lie on it. You decided to go out there. Yeah, see, it really seems like Moser have positioned themselves as like the main contender for all these brands like Fanatec.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
Looks like we are
Get ready to turn left.
heading back to the ferry. Just getting hold of their stuff, buying it directly from them. Adds over 100 just for shipping. I'm not paying that. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I wouldn't want to pay that either, to be honest with you.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
I just don't know how they can justify it. 100 for shipping from a European warehouse. Yeah, that is excessive. Fully agree, my man. It's just, yeah, I don't know how they can justify it for that kind of pricing, you know. Posted a link in the Discord for a USB converter for Logitech shifter and pedals. Awesome. I will check that out after stream, man. Appreciate it. It'll cost them sales wise. People would otherwise buy it. Will look elsewhere. Yep, there goes the disconnect again. Let me just quickly read this real quick. So I've tried a different. Probably cheaper to drive to the damn warehouse and pick it up. Yeah, that is true, man. Just have a look at something really quick. Right, I have reset the wheel back to default, so let's see if that does anything. Nope, as we say that. Let's try this because I'm just reading this article on a forum. Right, yeah, there seems to be a couple of people online having a similar issue, so we'll see how we get on. One guy who said these were the settings he had that seemed to resolve it for him, so I've just set it all to that. So we'll see how we get on for the rest of the stream. And then if not, I'll get in touch with Camus tomorrow. And see what they recommend.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Come on then.
Exit now. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
So well busy on traffic around it.
Exit now. At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
I mean, disconnect issues aside, it does seem like a nice... It's quite smooth in comparison to the Logitech one. Obviously, the disconnects is a major issue if it's going to be persistent. There's no denying that at all. But other than that, the actual feel of the wheel in use, it seems pretty alright. The little blower fan that's in the back is next to silent, which I was a bit worried about that, because I've got some old server equipment that I run for like home file storage and stuff, and some of the blower fans in that are really loud.
Keep left.
Forgot how painfully slow these like borrowed contracts are when you've got a heavy load and they give you a truck that's slightly underpowered. Hauling 35 tons of empty pallets on a 400 horsepower motor is not definitely not ideal. Let's head down to Oslo, see Storm. Stop in for a cup of tea on the way past.
At the roundabout, take the third exit. Exit now.
I really enjoy watching your and listening to your streams while crocheting. A good form of relaxing after a long day. Hope I'll be able to have see the next stream. Have a great time. Greetings from Warsaw. Drake, I appreciate that. I wish you some good crocheting, whatever you've got on the go at the moment. And I will look forward to catching you in a stream some point in the future. Hope you have a good rest of your week. One thing I have toyed with is this wheel has got they can do like 2,500 degrees of rotation, and I think the Logitech is capped out at 900 degrees. But I think a truck wheel in real life, I think is more than 900 degrees. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read something before that said a truck wheel in real life has got more than 900 degrees of rotation. So that's something I might toy with in the future, is once we've got this disconnect issue resolved, is seeing what it's like to run it on a higher degrees of rotation. Anyone know if that's true or not? If I have just made some absolute nonsense up? So we got 125 miles to go on this delivery. Should get close to 10 grand. I think it was just over 9 grand on this delivery. That should really put us in the ballpark of being able to get a truck. You missed the question. The question, Linuen, sir, was... I'm pretty sure that I read somewhere that a truck in real life, IRL, has got more degrees of rotation on the wheel than 900. Like, the Logitech wheel I had was capped out at 900 degrees of rotation. Whereas this can cap out at 2,500 degrees of rotation. So I was just wondering if anyone knew if a truck does have more than 900 degrees of rotation, or whether I've just made up some absolute nonsense. I'm almost certain I read it somewhere.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Doesn't mean it's correct, but I did read it somewhere. Probably Wikipedia. So, you know, that's a reliable source.
Exit now.
Google says 1,800 for modern trucks and 2,520 for the oldest trucks. Nice. See, I wasn't talking shit after all. So yeah, I might toy with that then once I've sorted this disconnect issue out. As long as I can get steady performance on it and it doesn't disconnect, then I might do that and whack up the degrees of rotation to see what that's like. My assumption is that it'll just I'll just get fed up of turning the wheel more, but do like a bit of somewhat realistic play. Well, that is true. How would we know, right? Google could tell everyone the sky was purple and enough people would probably believe it that everyone else would start questioning themselves. It's the amount of influence that they've got. The higher turning degrees would probably be more suited to the larger wheel, like the new Moser track wheel. That is true. I think I said it in the unboxing video, or it might have been in the build video that's going to come out either tomorrow or Saturday, that obviously because of the design of the wheel, one of the things I was considering doing down the line with my Logitech wheel was installing a more truck style wheel. So you could buy the like replica SCI wheels, and they're like a 16-inch diameter or a 14-inch diameter. So that was what I was planning, but obviously with this, because of the design of it, I don't think that you could do that. Because with the Logitech, it was just a case of undoing some bolts and taking off the PCB and stuff, and then attaching the new wheel. Obviously, with the Moser stuff, you could buy like a quick release adapter for it. You just don't get the buttons, which is fine if you're running like a button panel. But yeah, with this, because it's all sort of attached into one, I don't think you'd be able to change the actual wheel on this. Certainly not easily if you could. Donbass discovered. Now, I will say the pedals that come with it, they are much better than the Logitech Farm Sim pedals that I've been using, although that's not exactly hard. But I think I probably prefer the Logitech G29 pedals over these.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
But they are much better than what I've been using for the last few months anyway, so, you know, it swings and roundabouts. I haven't got the luxury of the G29 pedals right now. Have you ever opened up your G29? The steering is a plastic toothed cog slotted onto a plastic steering rack that is on a greased slider. I'm not sure how it would cope with the extra torque of a larger wheel. I haven't opened the wheel up. I've opened the pedals up a couple of times, and that was a... It wasn't it was frustrating because you realise how proprietary everything is. Like, to me, I don't agree. It seems like there is a proper term for it, and I don't know it off the top of my head, but it seems like that Logitech... Whoa! Pay attention. It seems like Logitech plan obsolescence into their products because they make it next to impossible to repair. So, because, you know, I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I'm what people like to call a have-a-go hero. I don't know, if I watch a couple of videos, I'll read a couple of guides, and if it doesn't seem like it's too much effort, then I'll quite gladly pull something apart in an attempt to fix it. Got no problem with that at all. Got all the tools, like soldering iron and everything like that to fix stuff if I need to. But it seems like they use stuff that's specifically impossible to get, so that you can't fix it. So then you have to buy a new set. And obviously they don't sell the pedals separately, so you have to buy a new wheel pedal set at 300 whatever quid. Because I opened once when I was having the issues, and I sort of determined what the issue was. I took it all apart, cleaned the potentiometers out, put it all back together. Worked okay for a couple of weeks. I then started having the same problem again, so did the same thing again, and that worked okay for a couple of days. And then took it all apart, cleaned it again, and the problem persisted. So it seems like once you've got the problem, you're pretty much doomed to failure. But then I opened that up, I pulled the potential, sort of dismantled the potentiometer setup, and got the codes off the potentiometer, like the manufacturing codes or the item codes or whatever, and you can't buy them. You just can't get them. Whatever factory they've got, or whatever factory they use to produce the potentiometers inside the pedals, they must have them locked down in some kind of exclusivity or trademark deal or whatever, because you just cannot buy replacement potentiometers that work in the same way as the ones that come stock from manufacturer. So that essentially obsoletes the whole entire setup, because although the wheel works fine, the shifter works fine because I bought the shifter separate from brand new. Without the pedals, you're pretty well screwed unless you buy a different set of pedals. So yeah, it's because I'm not a fan. I'll never buy another Logitech set. As you say, you can't repair them even if you have the skill set. They're essentially disposable. Exactly it, mate. Exactly. And I'm not a fan of companies that manufacture products that you can't get repaired down the line, because I'm not trying to get on some kind of like sustainability rant or anything like that, but you know, there's enough stuff going into landfill as it is, and you know, for the sake of what are probably a couple of quid potentiometers, they might not want to invest in the infrastructure to you know, have like a repair center that you could send it to, have repair and getting repaired by them. They might not want to invest in that, but I do personally think they should opt to make the parts available should you wish to buy them and do it yourself at your own risk. Then I think that's something that should be available on most, if not all, electricals. If you feel like you've got the skill and you wanna do it, then I think you should be able to. Like I said, I'm not a pro by any means, but I know my way around a circuit. I know sort of I can solder to a reasonable standard. So I would quite happily repair them myself. But like you say, you just can't, and it annoys the hell out of me. So for the exact same reason, I wouldn't buy a Logitech set ever again either. Because if I'm gonna spend 300 quid on something, I'd near as damn it wanna be able to repair it if it went wrong. Now, I will say, on the cameras front, from reading their warranty pages, their booklet, everything like that, it does look like, and obviously I don't know for sure, but it does look like from the book that there are spare parts available should anything go wrong, and they will take it in and do it for you, or you can opt for them to send the parts with an instruction guide and you can fit it yourself. So that is again, that is only what I've taken from the instruction book and their warranty page on their website. Here comes the sun. But yeah, I'm just really not a fan of the disposability that companies build into their products. But I think that's why the
Get ready to turn left.
the EU are bringing that right to repair bill out. And Andelsnes.
Turn left. Here we are, safe and sound.
I love my Thrustmaster. I mean, my only gripe with Thrustmaster is that when I was looking at buying those Thrustmaster pedals, the ones that you needed to get the adapter for, they, similar to Moser, they have really extortionate shipping prices. Like, it was a 19 quid adapter, so it's just a little USB to RGA connector, so it's only small. You think like probably the size of like a credit card or something, and it was £19 to buy on their website, and they wanted like 12 quid to ship it, and it's like, and that was on their standard service as well. So it was like 5 to 7 business days for delivery. And it's like, bro, I'm not paying 12 quid delivery on a 19 quid item. That's the size of a bloody credit card. But if I have to upgrade, I'll probably go with a Moser. Yep, I think we're going to end up being eventually a Moser VTC. Unofficially sponsored by Moser. Hey, Davies Farming, buddy, how the heck are you? How are you doing, Simmy Dad? I am very well, my friend. I am very well. How are you, man? I hope you're well. Right, let's just hop in the truck dealer a sec. This is, if you didn't catch the end of the stream last week, this is what we're looking at buying as the first truck, is the DAF F241. Let's just have a little look, see what we've... Continue. Okay. Let me see if we can... What kind of stuff we can get it in. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Simmy Dad. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Busy guy these days. Love the man truck. Yeah, that's what we picked as our starting truck. So this is our we've got a bit of a challenge on. All the jobs that we can do on this series are there's something, get my words up. All got to be 320 miles or less, and any trucks that we can buy have got to be 1989 or before manufactured. So, let me just, I'm not sure what color to get, you know. Quite like that one. The blue color looks pretty cool. Not out. Stone guard. Don't think so. It's dashboard. We've got sun visor. Get some beacons. Although, what I've just realised is that is pushing us over our money, so let's scrap that off and let's get back out on the road, start faffing around. Right, so we finished the last job on Andalsness. Apologies for the good pronunciation. Do you have money for the DAF? It says 69k, but you have 65k. Yeah, I just realised that. Oh, that's an interesting load. Look, reindeer meat. Right, let's find out where we were. Where was the place that we just... There we are. Andosnes. Do we want to do a yacht back up to Bodo? Oh, that one's going back up there. Yeah, let's just do a yacht up to Bodo. That seems to be the best job we've got available right now. Alrighty.
Ready to roll.
Looks like Santa had a bad day. Let's do the reindeer meat. What I'll do is I'll get a shot of this one because we'll need a shot for the next week's episode. Let's get our... So we are... Alrighty, we are on the road.
Get ready to turn left.
Let's go.
Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Don't actually know if we've got beacons. Let's have a look. We have got beacons. So stick those on. We're on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. I'm actually tempted to go for the Fanatec CSL setup. It's getting hold of a Moser. It's trying to find rocking horse shit. I wouldn't. Do you know, man? Fanatec were the leaders for a long time. And it's not, you know, it's not a. I certainly don't think it would be a bad wheel. Plus, they offer all the same sort of upgrade routes as Moser. I think the only thing that Moser's got on them now really is that they've gone into the truck sim / farm sim market with the TSW wheel. But again, you know, £300 just for a wheel. I think the Fanatec CSL set is like 400, is it? 399, something like that.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
About 425, including the table clamp, and that's for full set, right? So base wheel plus pedals. I think it's a 2 pedal set as well, isn't it? That's crazy, 300 quid. Yeah, it's the Moser TSW wheel. It's aimed at it's an upgrade aimed at farm sim and truck sim specifically, and it's basically a big, huge truck wheel with all the with all the buttons on that you'd find in like a real life car, like your cruise control and stuff like that. It's 300 quid just for the wheel, and then you've got to factor in a base as well. Wheel base, 2 pedal set, and table clamp. Yeah, and I think as well with that, I know you don't drive. Or at least I think you don't drive manual. But with that, if you do have a USB gear shift, I'm pretty sure they sell a clutch pedal separately as well. The same like Moser do. I think what I probably would do if I ever got a proper rig, like a sim rig with you know, with a seat and everything, I think what I probably would do is I don't know if you've seen them. They're very similar to the Husqvarna pedals, but the SimJack Pro pedals or the SimSun pedals from AliExpress that everyone raves about. I think they're about 150 quid for the pedals. It's a 3 pedal set. Now, to look at them, they're quite upright pedals, but what I think I would like to do if I ever got a sim rig is invert them, get them installed in an inverted position. I mean, they get really good reviews, but they are an AliExpress special, which I can't fault AliExpress at all, because my gear shifter is from AliExpress, and touch wood, cost me like 25 quid, and it's worked perfectly ever since. But they're a damn sight cheaper than the Husqvarna ones. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure off the top of my head the Husqvarna pedals are about 300-400 just for the on their own, just for the pedals. Looking at the price of a full high-end sim rig setup, I think I'd just say sod that and go out, get myself another Caterham 7 instead. Yeah. Some of the money, like I'm on a couple of groups on Facebook, because of when I was looking for pedals and stuff. I was hoping that I'd be able to snag some second hand after Christmas with people that got like upgrades for Christmas. So I joined a couple of sim racing groups and sim racing for sale groups and stuff. And some of the setups they got in there are absolutely ridiculous, and you just think you must have spent like thousands on that setup. Some of them have got like full vibrate, like full like motion simulator rigs and everything. Like I've been on one before. I used to go to the Autosport show in the NEC every year, and one year they had a company there that did the full motion cockpit things, that sort of that you sit in this frame and you've got TVs and the whole thing moves as you're moving. It was really fun, really immersive, don't get me wrong, but to have one of those set up in your house would just be madness. You know, I'm all for a hobby. Everyone should have a hobby, but there must be thousands and thousands to have one of those. My mate built his rig. He's well into like iRacing and stuff. He built his rig out of timber. So he custom built it to what he wanted it. So he built everything from scratch out of wood, and then he got a chair from the scrapyard, basically. I think like a bucket seat, and then he got like, I think they're called like kickers or something like that. They're little things that like, as you're like going over bumps and stuff, it like pumps out a little bit of like high pressure air into the seat, so you kind of like feel like you're moving around. It's kind of cool actually. It's not, I don't think I'd ever go that route because I think it's quite fiddly to set up, but that's what he's got set up on his. It's like, when you look at it, it's a really ghetto rig. You know, it's just built with some wood. It doesn't look particularly pretty. It's really functional, and it does the job. And he's put a plate in there for some to mount his wheel and his shifter and everything too. And he's got his pedals set up in the perfect position that he wants them and everything like that. But he's gone to the end of getting I'm pretty sure they're called kickers or something like that. And he's got those all set up, all linked in with SimHub Dash. Invert the clutch and accelerator would be sim of US pedals. Hi James, my retirement hobby is going to be moving to Cumbria, getting a house with a few acres and buying myself a John Deere ride-on mower. I'll be out there every day driving that around. Sup dudes. Redneck, I hope you are well, sir. I hope you're having a good week, whatever you're up to. You out on the road? That sounds like a fine hobby, Rusty. I would love to get a I will tell you, I watched a you'll probably know Hugh Fernley-Whittenstall, a TV chef. I watched his River Cottage series when I was younger. I've just forever just become infatuated with this idea. I'd love to get like a small holding, you know, a few acres of land, small holding, raise some animals. But yeah, that's something I'd love to do in hobby, in retirement, and then I'd have to, if I did that, I'd have to have a good portion of land that was just my mowing grass. I'd just have a little acre in the corner that was just my ride-on mower grass, and I'd mow it every other day. About an hour left to home, nice. And then back out on Sunday. We're just hauling a yacht to a place called Bodo in Norway. At least I believe that's roughly how it's pronounced. Come on, mate. Can you go a bit faster? Or? Still just Wednesday and Thursday for now. Not bad, so you off for the rest of the week. Any luck on getting your PC sorted, man? Or is it still out of action? Slowing down. I got it back, but my back won't let me get everything hooked back up. That's killer, man. Still suffering real bad with it.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
I must sit back a lot while wondering what's hurting. What I think I'm going to do for next week, for next stream on this series or on this profile, is I'm going to find out what 320 miles is in kilometers, so I know what job lengths to be looking for. And then I'm going to switch it to kilometers so I can keep up with the road signs, because I keep looking at the thing thinking I'm alright, and then I look at it and then I'm over the speed limit. So especially with having the little screen on the wheel that tracks the speed, it'll be handy to have that read exactly what the road signs are reading, so I can keep an eye on my speed a little bit better. The little screen is actually going to come in really handy with the series on ATS. 515 kilometers, thanks Rusty, appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, it's going to come in real handy with the series on ATS, because on that 359 I find it quite hard to read the dials. I find that they are quite dark and you can't get them with a white background. Every 50 is 80. Cheers, buddy. So Bloody Wife's car uses kilometers as it's a Japanese import. Well, when we were kids, my mother bought a Mazda Bongo Friendly, I think they're called. That was a Japanese import, so it was in kilometers as well. And what she did, she wrote it all down on a little bit of paper, and she just taped it on the dashboard next to the speedo, so she had it there to reference. That's what we did when we first got it, posted it on the dashboard. Yeah, it's one of those core memories. I don't know why it's stuck with me, but I just remember her sitting at the kitchen table. She's writing all these numbers down. I said to her, "Mum, what are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I'm writing the speed conversions down from kilometers to miles per hour." I think I was probably like 12 or 13 at the time.
Exit now.
Oh, what car, Rusty? Me and the wifey are currently looking for a fan. Any of y'all know where we might scare one up? I'm not sure what that is. Red, what is that, buddy? X-Trail, don't ask me to write out the Japanese name for it. It's far too long. A fan, question mark. Is it left or right hand drive, Rusty? Just coming into Trondheim, which I think we discovered earlier. It's an old car, I think it was German. I'm not familiar with that, Red. I'll have to search it up. Are they hard? I assume they're hard to come by then.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. At the roundabout, take the third exit.
Right hand drive.
Exit now.
They drive on the same side of the road as us, I believe. I've seen two in my life. I don't think they were that rare, just not in the US. Two 1973 things for sale here in G8. Rusty, we have Nissan X-Trail in the UK too. Only made by Volkswagen Links. Oh, we might be looking on a little redneck Linuen meet up in Georgia to pick up a Volkswagen Thin, are we lads?
Exit now.
Lynn, do me a favour, bud. Could send me a picture in Discord so I can see. Right, pulling into the ferry port now. I don't think it's much far on the other side of the ferry
At the roundabout,
to drive.
take the first exit. Exit now. Keep right. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit now.
If this is going to the place where I last delivered a ferry to Bodo, I think it's pretty much straight off the ferry. Ours is 2006 with 2.2 turbo diesel and 200k on the clock. Oh, coming too hot. I tell you what's really, really popular, talking of Japanese imports around here, is I don't really know why, but it's like the Nissan
Find
El
it
Grands,
route.
those kind of little minivans. There's probably like 4 or 5 within like a mile radius of my house. Sent you a listing in the Discord. Look now. Oh yeah, I see, like a little convertible thing, ironically. Yeah, they're cute. They must be like a European thing, are they? No, well, there is a Nissan Cube that lives around here, but there's a I think they're called like a Nissan L Grand. They're like a little minivan type thing. We've got like sliding doors on the side.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Yeah, we're gonna jack one up and drop a V8 in it. Nice.
Exit now.
Well, if you get it done, sir, I would love to see some pictures.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Yeah, I just don't know why they're so popular around here, Davis. I don't. There's literally like 5 or so within a mile radius of where I live. So I have absolutely no idea.
Exit now. Turn left. Finally, we are here.
What do we got for a parking job in here then? I think we're pretty much a drive-in by the looks of it. They're not going to be straight enough. That's that one done. So 219 miles. Okay, a new skill point on that as well. So let's do high value cargo. Let's get a higher reward. Evening, Wolf. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. Let's do high value cargo. What time are we? Let's just see. Reindeer meat next. Let's see what we got. Hopefully I can get the baby girl to hook up PC this weekend. That'd be sweet, man. It's not looking good on the reindeer meat front, Odo. All of these are going to be... Anything going up north, that's all we want. Articulated hauler, salmon fillet. Yeah, I think we will take this one here, an articulated Volvo hauler to Sita Moen. So do that one's 200 miles. We will do this one and we'll call it quits there, I think, because it's getting late. I've got to go to work tomorrow. Sadly, it's an office day for me tomorrow. See what we got here. Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Let's get the lights on straight away before we forget. When am I off for Easter? I've got a week off for Easter, so
Turn left.
kids finish school tomorrow, and then my wife and sister-in-law are taking care of childcare the first week, which is next week, and then I finish work next Thursday, the day before Good Friday, and then I've got a week off after that then.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
So yeah, I've got
Exit now.
I had to book that off just because it was kids' holiday, but otherwise it would have just been Good Friday, Easter Monday. What about you, sir? You getting a break over Easter?
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
What I'm most looking forward to on Easter is a roast lamb dinner, because we don't have lamb a lot. We generally only have it at Easter.
At the roundabout, take the third exit. Exit now.
Yeah, same to my dad, hoping to have a good Easter. Yeah. That's what I love about the celebration, like Christmas and Easter and stuff, is the food. I'm a big lad, love the food. So Yeah, love a Christmas dinner, love an Easter roast. So it's skidding a bit then. Slow down in them corners. How's your week been, Wolf? Just try and not roll the last job of the stream, eh? Get a little sketchy on those corners. Last weekend I had my first shepherd pie. How was it? How did you enjoy it? I liked it. It wasn't too bad. Nice. We have shepherds quite a lot. Although actually, I think we have. Now I'm thinking about it. I think we have cottage pie instead of shepherd's pie. More a lot. Shepherd's pie, I think traditionally is with lamb. Cottage pie is essentially the same thing with beef. And we tend to have the beef mince one. And that's only because we Definitely is a Brit thing. Not wrong. Yeah, we tend to have the beef one more because the beef is cheaper to buy than lamb. Traffic stop. Oh. Is that in like a British themed pub that you had it, or was it somewhere else? I didn't know anything about it. I went in blind and was pleased. Well, I'm glad. There's nothing worse than going in blind to some food and it's rubbish. So we're heading back on the ferry. We'll try the beef version too. Yeah, it's just I think it's almost essentially the same thing, just with beef mince instead of beef ground. I think you guys call it ground beef instead of ground lamb. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is a little small ferry just across this lake. I'm gonna take a picture of this screen because I want to see if this is a real ferry IRL. Just for curiosity's sake.
Reroute.
I now have a British auntie. She cooked for us. Nice. Alright, boys, I'm going to be heading off now. Thank you for the awesome stream today, bro, and catch you all on Sunday. Kalani, my brother, appreciate you as always. Thanks for stopping by, man. I hope you have a good rest of your week. We'll be back here on Sunday around 8:30 my time, which I have absolutely no idea what time that is your time. I think there's like a 10-hour difference or so. You will know, but usual time Sunday. We'll be convoying ETS2, so hope to catch you then, brother. Until then, take care, stay well, and we'll see you then. I'm staying. Awesome. Cheers, Davies. We will be wrapping up shortly when we finish this job. Odo to where? What, now? Davis is staying after you wrap up. Yeah. Ballon gun discovered. I will always support you with the content. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, now we're going to Sitamoen. Again, I will apologise. The pronunciation is probably all kinds of wrong. If Storm is still there, I'm sure he can correct me. You know that, Simi Dad? I do. Very greatly appreciated, brother. Harvick discovered. It's always good to get some good discovery in on a stream as well. Yeah, when we get down to when we get to the point of buying a truck, which we'll probably do at the start of next week's stream, we should have enough money by then. Start heading south then, more south, more into Central Europe, and we have got on the stream here on the profile rather. We've got do have all the promods, Middle East and yeah, what have we got? All the promods, Middle East and Road to Africa. So we'll be heading down south, checking out some of those places. I love how that truck sounds like a turbo Honda with a bad valve. That's how they run them over here, man. Scan your V8s. They usually got them with a straight pipe, so they usually got them on like I don't fully understand how it works, but it's usually on a switch, so you can turn the straight pipe on and off. Or I guess like a valve closes or whatever. And then they'll usually bring them out at shows and stuff. They're all the ones you see like coughing out the black smoke when they're revving them up. It's the most annoying sound in the history of truck sims. Yeah, it's one of the it's a sound mod add-on. I mean, you'll be pleased to know, Lynn, that when we get our own truck, we won't be hearing this sound again. You should see Truckers Tim scan your vehicle. Yeah, I've seen the videos, man. He is actually building at the moment a truck sim rig in a real life cab of a truck. I can't remember if it's a Scania cab or a Volvo cab, but it's he's took the cab off a truck, took all the stuff out of the engine and everything. He's had some frame made for it to sit the cab on, and then he's getting it hooked up to a truck sim. He's put monitors where the windscreen is, monitors where the side windows are. He's got a he's got the pedals hooked up to, I think he's using a Thrustmaster wheel, and he's got it all hooked up so the real truck actually works. They are apparently going to be hooking up the real Scania switches as well, so that all the switches on the dashboard work properly. And then I think his plan with it, from what I can gather, is he's going to take it to truck day, like truck shows. And then I mentioned it to Lynn, and he said that I should get an old Peterbilt truck and do the same thing. Agro Aviation, welcome in, buddy. Don't know why I'm not subscribed on this account, lol. Nah, that's all good, bro. Welcome in, hope you're well, man. We're just finishing this job up. We've got 26 miles to go. We are headed to, what did I say? Sitamoen. And we've got a Volvo articulated hauler thing. Hi Davis, how are we all this evening? I'm pretty good, man. Hope you're well too. You had a great week. What have you been up to so far? See, it's only middle of the week, really. Finally getting back into trucking with Track IR now, just about to hop on MP. Yeah, I must try and find time this weekend to try and set that up again, because I did try and set it up before with not much luck. It seemed like I was doing whoa, this load has been sketchy. It seemed I tried to set it up and followed the instructions, didn't really seem to work, so kind of gave up with it in the end. But I will do need to get back on and give it a go. Being off work with flu and a tooth infection, so not the best. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hope you're starting to feel a little better now. My brother had a 4-cylinder Camaro that sounded like a Briggs & Stratton lawnmower with tuner pipes. That was the worst sound. Chevy Camaro is a good car. Lol, wolf. Right, so here we come. Sitamoen discovered. We are going in here. Alright, and obviously there's a car behind me.
I'll find a new route.
bring it round. It's a bitch for me because my Desnars misses gerbils on the side of it, and when they use their wheel it knocks the camera. It's annoying. Well, what I would say to that, my friend, is it sounds like you need to get an eviction notice issued. That ain't gonna do the job. It's been okay. The actual feel of the wheel is nice. It's very, very smooth, but we have had earlier in the stream we had a few issues with disconnects, sort of random disconnects, which seem to have subsided since. I haven't wanted to say anything because I haven't wanted to jinx anything. So that was kind of annoying, but yeah. Other than that, pretty alright so far. So the one I got was a Camus C5 direct drive. Load here. Yeah, it's Camus C5 direct drive bundle. So it's pedals, wheel, bundle with a desk clamp. So it's 5,500 for that one. So that takes us up to 77,500 money wise. So that'll be enough to buy the truck next stream. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's got the screen on it. It's got rev indicator and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll just see how they go. For her or the gerbils, I was thinking probably more for the gerbils. I mean, if she's racking your head in, maybe for her as well. They eat guinea pigs in Peru. Maybe they have recipes for gerbils too. I mean, they're not that far removed from each other, Rusty. But yeah. But yeah, that is going to do us for tonight, guys. I would go a little longer, but like I said, if I was working from home tomorrow, I'd go a little longer because there's, you know, I don't know, there's not much pressure to be presentable when you're on a laptop and you don't have to turn your camera on. But I do have to go into the office tomorrow, sadly, so I am going to call the end of the stream here. I do appreciate you all genuinely for stopping by, and I hope you have a good rest of the week. If you have enjoyed the stream and you haven't already, do hit the like button. It does help the channel out with the algorithm. And if you've enjoyed the content and you're not subscribed already, it would be awesome if you could subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And we will be back here on Sunday with a the ETS2 convoy stream. Like I said a few weeks back, we are going to be alternating the convoys every Sunday. So yeah, everyone take care. Thanks for your time and thanks for stopping by and chilling out with me for a little bit and bearing with me through the issues with the wheel as well. And yeah, until the next time, I'll catch you then. Take care.